You have to make sure that you have a savings, because I don't know how it happens, but it always happens. Maybe it doesn't happen to everyone, but it always happens to me. Somehow every month there's this unexpected expense. It can be like a broken sink, or something in your car broke down, or just something magically breaks that has to be fixed right away, and you're like, what the hell? Why is this even happening now? So you have to make sure that you have a cushion or some sort of savings to kind of back up these things that just come out of the blue. Because trust me, I don't know how it happens, but the universe has a crazy way of making things just suddenly break or just go all bad, or you have to dish out tons of money all at once. So just save yourself the headache and the trouble and the stress, and just make sure that you have at least a good cushion. Yeah, that's pretty much it for the bads of living at home versus living alone. But when I moved, I saw all the great things about living alone. It also made me realize all the good things about living at home. So now what I'm going to talk to you about are all the good things about living at home. Let's say it together, everybody. All the good things about living at home. When I would have a bad day at work or at school, I always can count on having my sisters there and my parents there when I got home to just talk to and vent to. And it was really, really nice, because I come home and the house smells wonderful because somebody had already cooked for me. Normally it was my grandma. My grandma cooks the most amazing dishes on earth. And it was always nice to come home to just people that love you and care for you genuinely. So I definitely love that feeling about just that home feeling that I was talking to you guys about earlier. Another thing about living at home is I can always go into the kitchen and find like my favorite foods, like all these snacks. And wow, I sound like a real big fatty right now. I really miss living at home just for the sake of food. And I mean, don't get me wrong, I also especially miss just talking to my parents and just hearing their daily struggles and just hearing their philosophy and their teaching, because ultimately parents, they just want us to be happy and to be stable. So I always miss them having my back in that way. And just physically just seeing them, I really miss seeing them every single day. But shh, don't tell them that, because I don't want them to start visiting me. So definitely a plus side of living at home is you get to save a ton of money. You don't have to worry about when am I gonna have enough money to pay the rent? Where's my next meal gonna come from, because I only have $2 in my account? You get to actually just relax, and whatever money you are earning, you can save it, or it can go towards all your debt, which I highly recommend that you get rid of before moving out. So yeah, that to me is the ultimate plus when living at home. Now to the good things about living alone. Man, I can't even begin to explain how much I love living on my own. I love coming home, and if I don't want to pick up my clothes that I throw on the floor, then so be it. No one's gonna be there to nag at me. I love that I can come and go as I please. I don't have to answer to anyone. Let's say today I'm feeling spontaneous and I'm like, hey, you know what, Gio, I think we should go to Vegas. Guess what? Call up my friends, let's go to Vegas. Woo! We gotta go to Vegas. I can just do whatever I want and not have to answer to anyone, and I love that. I don't have to explain myself to anybody. I don't have to ask anyone for permission about anything. If I want to just walk around naked, I can walk around naked. It's the best feeling ever. And that is when you feel like a true adult, when you're just on your own, making it on your own, not getting a dime from anybody, and you're just making a living on your own. And it's the most rewarding feeling ever. Ever, 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 ever. And I wouldn't change it for the world. So my recommendations to you, if you're on the fence about living alone or living at home, is just weigh out the pros and cons and see where you want to be in 5 years, see where you want to be in 10 years, and just, make yourself a spreadsheet of all your expenses, all the money that's coming in versus all the money that's going out. Track all that and see if living on your own is even an option. For example, what I did before I moved out, I got a paper, I wrote down all the expenses that I had. I would say, my cell phone bill, X amount, my car insurance, X amount, my car payment, X amount, rent's gonna be this much, how much am I eating in every month, you know? So then X amount, how much am I eating out? And also, most importantly, don't forget to include like entertainment budget, because you know, we're all humans, we're social creatures, so we need to be amongst other people. So you gotta live life too, you know? I'm not saying go and drink Cristal and eat prime rib and steak every night, but you know, just have enough saved up to just watch a movie or take a weekend vacation out to Vegas or something. So include that in your expense budget, and then see how much you're earning, see how much you're making from work or just whatever side jobs or just anything that's earning you any type of money. Calculate that in and then see how much it's gonna be. But also don't forget to include like your future plans. Like I said, if you want to have a house in 5 years, is it gonna really be in your best interest to move out? Because how much would you be saving if you stayed at home versus living alone? So there's definitely a lot of things to consider. However, everyone is different. So just like I said, weigh out the pros and the cons, look at your expenses, make sure you have that savings, make sure you have a cushion just in case something happens, or at least make sure you have some sort of support system that's going to be there for you when anything bad happens. So I hope that helps for everyone that's on the fence about living at home versus living alone. And yeah, if you guys have any more questions, please definitely always, please hit me up.